Told you about a little earlier. Tonight, several Detroit public schools are already closed due to a teacher sick out. You can see the list at the bottom of your screen. Many more schools expected to be added to that list. 7 Action News reporter Aaron Baskerville is in Detroit with how the closures may be tied to Governor Snyder's State of the State tonight. Aaron?
Yeah, Glenda, sources are telling us that teachers were actually waiting to hear from the governor tonight before making any decisions about massive sickouts tomorrow. And after tonight, I'm told there could be a backlash, forcing dozens and dozens of schools to close because of those sickouts. Well, of course, the governor tonight briefly talked about Detroit public schools, acknowledging there are some major issues, calling it a crisis. We had the chance to watch the speech with Phil Fisher, a union rep at his school, a member of the Detroit Federation of Teachers, and instructor for 24 years in DPS. He tells me he was disappointed at the lack of bullet points and specifics on how to fix these issues. He wanted the governor to talk more about local control. Of course, teachers have held sickouts in recent weeks, demonstrating against building conditions, crowded classrooms, and wages. They're operating under an emergency manager and a $515 million debt. Was it a waste of time, you listening to the governor's speech tonight?
Definitely was. Called it the state of the obvious address. He had a lot of points for Flint and the water crisis, as he should. But I would have liked to have heard a couple points at least about what we're going to do with Detroit public schools. It's the funding, or is it more about the debt, or is it more about better governance and leadership, because the leadership we have right now is definitely inadequate.
Is it safe to say that the teachers are not done trying to prove their point and get their message across?
We're not done. The message obviously hasn't gotten across from what I heard tonight. You know, it's in his mind, but they're not ready to really act yet. But we are.
You heard it right there. They are ready to act. So far, according to Detroit Public Schools, 5 schools are officially closed, but according to our sources, you can expect dozens and dozens more. The union also started a petition demanding that the schools be fully funded. Their goal is to have 10,000 signatures. So far, they have 9,000. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Aaron.